What can I tell you about this bow? It's $15.95, divide 31, 6-inch brace height, 31 axle to axle, 4 pounds physical weight. Goes from 25.5 to 29.5, and that's why I wished I had the 7, because the 7 goes to 30 and I could give you a 30-inch speed test. Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. MFJJ here at PodiumArchery.com, looking at the additional Prime Divide 31-6, and I really wish that I would have asked for a 7 instead of a 6, because that's actually a different config than what they came out with mid-year in the Form 30, because it's based, this is going to be very similar speeds. Although consequently, I'm trying to remember if I even tested a Form 30. I think I did, but it could be wrong. It was mid-year release. So, hey, you, yeah, you. Jeff just told me a statistic that makes me very, very sad. 60 to 70% of you are not subscribed to our channel. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to incentivize you. You ready for it? If we can get to 100K by the end of the year, which isn't impossible, the coupon code for MFJJ will give you 15% off for all of January. Everything you could possibly want that's allowed to be discounted will give you a 15% off for the whole month. If we get to 100K by New Year's, please share it. Get your friends involved. Get us to 100, you'll get more money off. New this year, so many different choices, you're not going to know what to pick. It's going to be wild. Head on over to their website and look at all the different options. And while you're there, go to your dealer locator, find your local dealer, and go buy this bow from them. They need you, you need them. It's a relationship you need to work on, and I want you to deal with them. Don't buy it from me. It's not what I'm doing. I want you to get the information as soon as possible so you can make a better decision on what you want to buy and then go to your local shop and buy that. If you're going to buy it online, only if you're going to buy it online, podiumarchery.com for all those archery needs. $99 and up is free shipping, and coupon code MFJJ may save you a little money. Now, dealers out there that just heard me tell all the guys watching this to go buy it from you. When you have fill-ins, podiumarchery.com, got a dealer portal. Scroll to the bottom, click dealer pricing, fill it out. You can get your fill-ins from us, and we can have a little relationship that way. Wouldn't that be nice? So, what can I tell you about this bow? It's $15.95, divide 31, 6-inch brace height, 31 axle to axle, 4 pounds physical weight. Goes from 25.5 to 29.5, and that's why I wished I had the 7, because the 7 goes to 30, and I could give you a 30-inch speed test. Unfortunately, I can't. So we are going to give you a 29.5 and a 28.5, so you at least know what an inch-by-inch variance is. So in any event, we will give you a realistic arrow speed, because that's the one we care about, and that's the one that matters, so that's what we want to do on that. They are available in 40-pound peak, 50-pound peak, 60-pound peak, 65-pound peak, 70-pound peak, and 80-pound peak at a 335 feet per second speed. Let's measure some stuff and see what we get. All right, let's see here. We are looking for a 31-inch axle to axle. Spot on 31. Might be a bit shy of 6 here. 26.5. 2 1/4. Yeah, 2 1/4 on the reflex. We're bouncing between 4.4 and 4.5. That puts you in at 4.2 without that. Maybe 1/10 there. So I'd say you're a little heavy. Probably you're probably more like 4.1 really, not 4.0. Looks like about 29 3/4 to 30. It's kind of odd, honestly, that they're calling your 29.5, because it does measure quite a bit long. I'd say it's almost 3/8 long. Loadout point. 32 inches is your loadout point. Always mood change. All right, let's shoot this thing. All right, we are now at 29.5 inches, 70 pounds, 350 grain arrow. Let's see what kind of speed we get. .332. And then I get a 328. So 330 average. Yep, we'll stick with that 330 average. Now I'll shoot some 450s. Now, I know this bow is on the pricey side. It's $15.95, and not everybody can afford that. That's why I made a used bow category. On podiumarchery.com, hit the bow drop down on the homepage, look at used bows, and navigate through and see everything that we got. And those were all trade-ins from our national trade-in program. That is also under the trade-in category if you want to trade in your bow for credit at podiumarchery.com. Pretty simple process. check a couple boxes, fill out your information, and we'll send you a box. You put the bow in it, send it back to us. We'll inspect it and issue you a credit. Simple as that. Dealers, you got some old inventory? We'll take that too. $294. Looks like we're still getting a $294 average. Yeah, we'll stick with $293 on this. Now, traditionally I would change this an inch, but since it only goes to 29.5, we're going to bump it down to 29 inches, 65 pounds, and get you the realistic arrow speed measurement. What is realistic arrow speed? The average configuration a guy shoots, 29 inches, 65 pounds, and a 450 grain arrow. I would love to see brands marketing this number or having it attached to their product somewhere so the average guy can see a speed he might actually achieve. All right, we are now shooting the realistic arrow speed, 65 pounds, 29 inches, and 450 grain arrows. Let's see what we get. 280. Now, I know we didn't change this down an inch because it goes to 29.5 inches, and we want to do this. I can almost guarantee you it's going to lose 8 feet per inch that it shortens. 281. Turn it down to 280. Now we'll get you a noise test. 212. Oof. 83. All right. Looks like you got an 83. Let's put it in the Torque-O-Matic 5000 and see if she turns. All right, Torque-O-Matic 5000. Here we go. See what we get. Ooh. No, it doesn't feel like. Oh, yeah, hang on. 3.4. 3.2. 3.3. 3.3 it is. All right, let's do some math. We got 332 feet a second. Once again, super close to published speed. I love seeing that. Realistic arrow speed was 281. Every other one of these bows we've tested on the 1-inch variance, it's been 8 feet, so there's really no reason to believe this wouldn't be any different. Let's go ahead and figure out some numbers here. 11 on speed. Since it's more than 4, you get into the 6 weight. Tunability is going to be it is better than a spacer system. I'd love to see an improvement. We're going to go ahead and give you a 7 on tunability. Integration and features. Lots of different new integrations and features for these bows. So integrations and features, limb legs, the whole bit, all kinds of options. We're going to go ahead and give you an 8. Honesty. Your axle to axle was accurate. Your weight was off by a little bit. Your draw length was off by a little bit. Your speed was right there. I'll give you an 11. Feel. These bows do feel good. I do like the way they feel. They're stiff. They're not vibraty. There's a little movement in them. We'll give it a 7. Design. I like to give credit for making something different, making something unique, and they are definitely doing that over at Prime. Let's give you a 7. Value. Shorter axle to axle bow. Decent speed. 4 pounds. $1,600. Gonna be middle of the road. Not gonna bash on you too much there. Sound, 83 might be the loudest one we've tested this year, so that's not great. We're gonna give you a 2 because I'm sure there's something worse out there. Appeal, that's a mixed bag, guys. You like what you like, you want what you want. Some people think this is really cool, other people think it looks stupid. It's all apparent, but there are some great integrations in these bows, and they're really doing a decent job there. We're gonna give them a 3. All right, let's see what we get. 17, 24, 32, 42, 43, 50, 57, 60, 65. Comment down below on how many different brands paid me to give them that ranking and all the other crap that you guys love to chew on in the comments. I like the fact that people can say what they want and it doesn't just get removed or rejected or all that stuff. So say whatever you want. Honestly, I don't care. As long as it's not like hurtful to people in general or sexual by nature, it stays in there. Let you have it. Free speech is free still. And I can't throw.